Welcome to the A Vision Football Show. It's a triple threat of delight. I've got Graeme and Jez here with me today. And we're talking Ipswich 1, Burnley 0, Graeme. We've got 21 shots to 2. Is this as easy a win as it sounded?
The first half, I couldn't tell you because I pretty much fell asleep. It was one of the worst halves of football I've seen this season. After the break, the proverbial rocket from Paul Jules seemingly had a good effect once again. Town were much better in the second half. Real poacher's goal from Michael Chopra, which is something Ipswich have been lacking in recent seasons. And they went on to comfortably win it. Should have been more than 1-0.
Jez, 10 clean sheets now finally up. Is that the defence kind of sorted now? You're happy with the defence now?
I would say there's still some work to be done. It was a clean sheet last night, but after witnessing the Peterborough game on Saturday, where there was many chances for both sides, obviously Peterborough scored the 2 goals. There are still areas that I'm concerned about moving forward for next season. I think we could do with taking a look at a new goalkeeper, maybe 1 or 2 new centre halves as well. So it's better, but there's still work to be done, I think.
Cool. You mentioned Chopra's goal. He was 3 games without a goal. He's 14 goals this season. Is he good enough to do 25 goals next season?
I think Paul Jules will look for another striker to play either alongside Chopra or as good backup if it doesn't work out with Jason Scotland, who I would like to see stay at the club, incidentally. Chopra, for me, he's good enough to get 25 a season. He could get 20 this season.
That would be 6 in his last...
In the last 9 games.
In the last 9 games, doable, isn't it?
He's good enough for that. And remember, 8 wins from the next 9 and Ipswich are in the playoffs, but I still can't see it happening.
So Ipswich are up to 14th now. They're still 3rd in the form table and gained on Reading after the defeat last night. 5th in the form table is Watford, which is Saturday's opponents. How do you see an away game at Watford going?
It's going to be a tight one because they're a side, sort of as you mentioned, in a similar position to us this season. They've had a bit more of a solid, kind of a bit more of a consistent season than us, rather than we've had like massive highs and then massive lows. They've been more solid all the way through, just picking up points here and there. It's going to be tight, but I think we can definitely do it. The form we're in at the moment, it's 1 defeat in our last 10 games now, so anything's possible. And we've got a bit of revenge to get on them as well after they beat us at Portman Road a few months ago. So.
Graeme, they lost Sordell in the transfer window, which is probably their best player and still their top scorer. They've got Cusack on loan from Man U and a couple of players on loan from Fulham. Would you be happy with a draw, or is this a game that Ipswich should be looking to win?
I think they'll be looking to win it. You know, just keep the momentum going.
What's going to happen? Can I get a shout?
I'm going to say Town are going to break the hoodoo, get away at Watford, and they're going to win.
I'm going to go with that as well. I think it's going to be another high-scoring game, 3-2 to Town. We need to get a win there. It's been quite a while since we won at Vicarage Road.
So that's a nailed-on 0-0 then, Jez. So, Premier League last night, Carlos Tevez is back. We should probably have Real Slim Shady Guess Who's Back or whatever coming at that point. Are you surprised by this, Jez?
Well, I have to say I am. From where the situation looked a couple of months ago, I always thought he's absolutely nailed on. He's going to leave in January. It was a done deal as far as I was concerned. But then they couldn't get the money for him that they wanted or they think he's worth. So yeah, and I think it's a sort of factor of the situation that Man City find themselves in. A bit of a drop in form in recent weeks, particularly away from home. And I think having him coming back could be like having a new signing almost. So from that point of view, if he's back, fit and hungry and wants to play, then he's such a world-class player that I think he's worth having him back in. But I have to say I'm a bit surprised by it.
So it's 9 games left Premier League. Man United 1 point ahead of Man City. They play each other 3 games from the end of the season or something. Who's going to win the title?
I think United will win the title. They've been there before. They know what it's all about. And sadly, City, for me, will lose the title. And with that, Mancini will lose his job at Manchester City, which is a shame because I like him as a manager. He's a good character. Any manager that wears a scarf with the team's colours does it for me.
Bombshell. La Liga, Barcelona have taken 4 points out of Real Madrid in the last 2 games. OK, I'm clutching at straws here because Real had won their last 50 games before that or something. There's a Clásico. If Barcelona win the Clásico, that's 3 points, and then they'll have the head-to-head as well, which would make them 1 win away. Can Real Madrid throw this away?
Certainly possible. Yeah, I would have said a couple of weeks ago, no chance. They just looked to be it looks almost like Mourinho had made this decision, right, Barcelona have got the wood on us in the El Clasicos over the last couple of years, but what we'll do is just go and win every other match, making it impossible for us to lose the league. But they're maybe having a bit of a wobble, and it's certainly possible Barcelona
2 players
will catch
sent
them.
off last night, so the discipline's going as well.
Yeah, that's it. You got that little man just knocking them in absolutely everywhere. He became the club's all-time record goal scorer this week, Lionel Messi. So it's certainly possible. If I had to go for it, I'd say Real we're going to win the title still. But it's
You agree with that, Graeme?
Yeah.
So you heard it here first. First place to tell you that Man United are going to win the English title. Real Madrid are going to win the Spanish title. We'll be back on Monday with another review, hopefully of another win against Watford, and Graeme can talk more about Ipswich's 8 wins in their last 9 games and their playoff push. Or we could be bemoaning the end of the season. We'll see how it plays out. If you want to comment on anything the boys have said, we're on Facebook and Twitter. And we'll see you on Monday. Thank you for watching. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
No worries.